Welcome to Quarantine with Clark, the show that asks West Side Station staff questions kids want to know, and some they probably don't. I'm your host, Mr. Clark, and today I am joined by Mrs. Powers, one of our wonderful fourth grade teachers. Mrs. Powers, how are you doing today?
Hi, Mr. Clark. I'm doing very well, and you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I just want to ask you a few simple questions so that the kids at West Side Station can get to know you just a little bit better. Is that okay?
That is great. Yep.
Awesome. First of all, where were you born and raised?
I was born in a town called Topeka, Kansas, which is about 3 hours away from here. And I lived there for about 6 weeks until my family moved back to their hometown, which is West Point, Nebraska, which is about an hour away from here. And then I was raised and lived in West Point my whole life until I went to college.
So now you said 6 weeks. You were in Topeka for 6 weeks?
I was only in Topeka for 6 weeks, yep. So I don't remember it at all. But
I was going to say, there was no memory. I don't even know if you really, I mean, you can say you're from there, but I guess you were born. Yeah, that was the question.
I guess my birth certificate says Topeka, right?
That's right. Well, and we have a lot of teachers that are from that West Point, Scribner, Snyder. There's a lot of people from around up there.
Yep, Mrs. Pribnow and Mr. Kazmaier. And,
yeah.
Yep.
Well, and then in interviewing a couple other people, there's some people from other people from up there too. And I've done so many interviews that I'd actually have to go back through and figure out who they were. But yeah, there's a handful of people from up there.
Yep.
What about brothers and sisters? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one sister named Jen, and she is 4 years younger than me, and she currently lives in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, nice. Do you get to go down there and visit her very often?
I do. We try to get down there a few times a year, and she gets home quite a bit, back to West Point or back to the Omaha area. We actually had a trip planned for the weekend, next weekend in May, to go down and see her, but that obviously will not be happening, so
yeah,
that's okay.
Probably want to hold off on that
Right, yep.
So do you have any pets at home?
I do. I have one 10-year-old Yorkie. He's 6 pounds, and his name is Max.
Max. And you go home every day and let him out, don't you?
I do. That is my lunchtime. It's drive home, let him out, scarf something for about 3 minutes, and then head back to work.
So, and obviously you can see that I've got the same issue. Mine is a little bit bigger than a Yorkie. What about hobbies? Do you have any hobbies?
Oh gosh. I love to read, which is kind of nice. I've been able to do a little bit more of that lately. I love to cook. Yeah, those are kind of the big ones.
Cool. What about hidden talents? What kind of talents do you have that maybe not everybody knows about?
Oh gosh. I don't know if I have any hidden talents. I like to sing. I'm in a group here in Omaha that meets once a week. Well, we don't currently meet, of course, but we meet once a week, and we go out and perform in the community several times a year, called Sing Omaha. And then I use this term loosely, but I also play the drums.
See, we've got so many people that have musical hidden talents with We're going to get a band together when we get done with this. Actually, from doing these interviews, there's a lot of things that if for some reason teaching and education falls through, we've all got a backdrop, I guess you could say, a safety net to fall back on, because everybody either plays an instrument, sings, or we all want to open a flower shop or something. So
yeah.
All right. So what has been one of the most exciting moments of your life, other than getting married?
Oh gosh. Probably, I realize I'm saying oh gosh a lot. I need to stop doing that. I would say probably last year's spring break, my husband and I went over to Paris and London, and that was kind of a cool experience to be able to do together.
I remember seeing your pictures and you talking about it, and that seems like I would love to go to Europe, but I don't really want to mess with the cities. I want to go into like the countryside and see like the the castles and
Yes.
the really, really old parts. So
Yep, that would be really cool.
yeah. So growing up, what were some of the oddest jobs, or what was some jobs that you had when you were younger?
I never really had an odd job, but all through high school and all through college in the summers, I was a lifeguard. And then I also taught swimming lessons during that time also.
Oh, nice.
That's probably, I wouldn't say that's odd, but that was kind of my go-to for high school and college.
Well, I'm going to be honest. When you said, again, being from West Point, the little rural town, everybody else that's from a small town either detasseled or walked beans. And so I was half expecting you to say detasseling or walking beans.
I had so many friends do that. I can honestly say, and I'm actually grateful to say, I never did that.
Yeah, I would much rather lifeguard, trust me. All right. So outside of teaching, outside of education, what would be your dream job?
Oh gosh, I just said it again.
That's
Probably,
okay.
I think it would be cool to open a pet daycare.
Oh, yes.
Like that would be kind of fun. The first year of college, before I switched to do elementary education, I was going to school to be a music teacher. So sometimes I kind of think about that and think how that would still be kind of a neat thing to do. Yeah, I would say probably one of those two things.
That would be, well, and I know Mrs. Edick, Mrs. Gustafson, there's a bunch of people that, again, well, and myself, my wife, pets and animals would definitely be something that we probably would want to fall back on somehow.
Yeah.
All right, getting into some of the goofier questions. With superpowers, would you rather be invisible or be able to fly?
I think I would rather be able to fly. I think that to be able to go anywhere and travel anywhere and not have to pay for gas or not have to pay for airplane fares would be just fantastic.
That would be awesome. That would definitely be a perk of being able to get there yourself without having to pay anybody or wait for anybody.
Right.
All right. You said you sing. Do you sing loudest in the shower, in the car, or equally both as loud?
I definitely would say I sing louder in the car. I feel like it is a safer place to do it. I do really, really get into it. I mean, like with the facial expressions and the hand motions. So I'm sure like people who are next to me look over and think I am crazy, but that's all right.
So this is what Mrs. Harold has suggested. We need to all go find a parking lot like Elkhorn High School and just park socially distanced, of course, with our windows down and just park and just everybody sing as loud as we can in our car, almost like a karaoke type thing, and just let it all out.
Yep, let's plan on it.
There you go. So then if we are going to sing karaoke, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh man, I wouldn't say I sing karaoke very often. When I do, this is pretty embarrassing. I go for like the power ballads, like the Mariah Carey or the Whitney Houston songs. Which sadly our kids probably don't even know those two names, but that's okay.
Maybe Mariah Carey, but yeah, you're probably right.
The 90s power ballads, right?
There you go. All right, going to get into the lightning round. I'm going to ask you a series of questions very quickly. I want you to give me your answer as quick as possible, but they're all about your favorite things, so it should be really, really easy, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. What is your favorite food and drink?
Pasta, tacos, and favorite drink, coffee.
What is your favorite word?
Brilliant. Although my students would say that I overuse the word bummer.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you overuse the word? How do you
once
overuse
this
the word
airs,
bummer?
the kids will be laughing at that.
That's awesome. All right. What is your favorite sound?
Probably ocean waves.
Your favorite smell?
Probably rain on a spring day or fresh excuse
Nice.
me, fresh cut grass.
We can edit that out.
Yeah, please edit that out.
Yeah. Your favorite type of music?
I like a lot of types of music. I am not a fan of rap, and I am not a fan of really twangy country. Otherwise, anything that's just kind of relaxing, calming, chill, it's all pretty fair game.
Open to everything.
Yep.
What is your favorite place to visit?
I would say anywhere with mountains or an ocean.
Awesome. And then finally, who is your favorite fifth grade teacher named Clark?
Oh, that's easy. Mr. Lance Clark.
Awesome. And yes, that is the correct answer to that question. All right. Just have a couple more questions to ask before we end for today. What have you been doing just to beat the social or the boredom from being away from school?
It's a good question. I would say I've been cooking a lot, so I've been trying a lot of new recipes. On a nice day, I love to go outside with a good book and sit and relax and read a book and play fetch with my pup. And actually, I've been doing a lot of FaceTiming and a lot of Zooming with friends and family.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then finally, what would you like to say to the kids of West Dodge Station?
Oh, that is so, I have so much to say. Just that I miss you guys so much. I can't even put it into words. I miss our laughs. I miss our inside jokes. I miss learning. I miss so much. And I cannot wait to see you guys on the other side of this thing.
Awesome. Well, I just want to give a huge thank you to Mrs. Powers today for joining me. Join us again next time for Quarantine with Clark. See you soon.